Guys, I recorded this whole bloody thing and then it didn't friggin' record, or at least it did record, but they're not with the blimmin' microphone. I'm trying. I'm coming in hot today because I've got huge tonsils and I'm getting either a horrible cold or I have tonsillitis, so I'm not feeling well, and I'm very irritated that I have to do this again. Not because I don't love talking to you guys, but this was not the day for my microphone to fail. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm using a different microphone. I hope it picks up. I hope it works. This is probably going to seem a bit rushed because it is a bit rushed at this point. Anyway, it's been a mild and weird again. I've had a bit of a mixture, and obviously towards the end of the week I wasn't feeling very well, but I wore this earlier in the week. Wild Cobra from Saffron London. This is a dupe of Poison from Christian Dior. I always still say Christian Dior despite the fact they now go by Dior, but you know, it's always going to be in my brain that they're called Christian Dior. So the notes in the original Poison are plum, wild berries, coriander, anise, Brazilian rosewood in the top, mid notes of tuberose, incense, white honey, cinnamon, opoponox, carnation, jasmine, African orange flower and rose. Base notes vanilla, amber, sandalwood, heliotrope, musk, vetiver and Virginia cedar. This Saffron London one has less of those kind of smoky, incensey, ambery and woody base notes. So it's a little bit softer in that respect. It's lighter, sheerer, brighter, and there's more of the plum and wild berries. So it's almost like a kind of lighter, warmer weather version of Poison while still smelling like Poison. My husband told me I smelt quite mature in this, but you know, that's fine. It is a vintage perfume and it does smell vintage. Saffron London, it's just an easier to wear version. For some reason I just really fancied smelling like Poison. I sold my vintage Poisons because I was worried I wouldn't ever wear them. Now I've got such a big collection, enough like before they properly went off, and I didn't want to waste something that was so special, so I passed those on and I got rid of my 100ml bottles of the current Poison because again, it's so strong, the original, there's no way I could wear it. So I now have just a little 30ml bottle that I got on eBay of Poison from maybe five years ago or something like that, and it's perfect for like cold weather, but this is the one I'll reach for in warmer weather. This I used to wear when I was a kid, basically. I don't know if it was exactly this, but this smells like I remember the dupe that I had from the market that I used to wear of Poison when I was like 10. So I think it's great. I know that Americans and Canadians can't get this, but I think Sarah Mace often talks about a dupe called Position for Women. I can't remember the brand. You can get it on Amazon, I think, in the US, because I've seen it on the US site. I can't get it in the UK, so I can't test it, sadly. But that one, that is in a bottle that looks like it would be a dupe for Hypnotic Poison. But she says that it smells just like the original Poison. So if you're not in the EU or UK and you can't get this one and you want a good dupe, then she swears by that one. And if you, unlike me, don't struggle with those musks in Narciso Rodriguez perfumes, then Musk Noir from his collection, that smells like a modern interpretation of Poison to me. Like if the musks in the Narciso Rodriguez musk perfumes didn't smell like chlorine on me and to me, I would have musk noir, not musk rose noir. I'm not keen on that one. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so I wore this guy. This is very nice. A Lovely Summer from Sarah Jessica Parker. One of the last perfumes before she sold the company. Beautiful, gorgeous, glorious bottle. I still stand by. I don't think that the perfume in this matches this bottle, but that's just my personal opinion. This, I think, smells a bit like Coty Wild Musk, but with a lot of spices added in. It's got the kind of spices you'd get in Obsession, but in a much lighter kind of perfume. Doesn't smell quite as vintagey, although this definitely has a vintage kick to it. It's got a kind of golden, warm Egyptian-y musk in here. It's musk, ambrette, cardamom, and bergamot in the top. Mid notes of frangipani, spices, and white blossom. Base notes skin, sandalwood, and amber. And it really does have a bit of a classic musk smell about it. So if you like skin musk, wild musk, Jovan musk, if you like those kind of musks, I think you'd really like this one, unless you don't like spices, in which case you would be in trouble. This guy, you know what it means. It's still in the box. That means it's not staying with me. Rive In Flames. If you watch my Rive videos, you'll see me talking about this one. And I was like, oh, I actually quite like this. And from the bottle, I do like it. And I do think it's a good perfume and I'd happily recommend it. I just can't get on with these kind of beachy, sweet, vanilla-y perfumes. There's just something that I find very difficult to wear in these, and I don't know what it is, because I do think this smells lovely. It's really fruity, it's sweet, it's fun, it's salty, but I just can't. I mean, I wore it for most of the day because I could smell it for most of the day, even though like after like about 4 hours I had to put my hand up to my skin, to smell it. I don't know why I'm smelling my hand now. I'm wearing Mont Guerlain today because I feel rough, therefore I'm wearing lavender. But yeah, In Flames. Let's give you the notes. It's top notes of seawater, hazelnut and orange. Mid notes jasmine, tropical fruits, pineapple, melon, sandalwood, heliotrope and rose. Base notes vanilla, coconut, amber and woody notes. I do think this is like inspired by Olympia. I don't think it smells exactly the same as Olympia. I think Olympia is stronger, it's richer, it's a little bit more vanillic. I don't remember it being quite as fruity as this one. I can really smell the melon in here, but I think it's really lovely. Would love to smell it on other people. I just can't wear these kind of perfumes. There's just very few of these kind of perfumes that I can deal with. I might give this one to my sister and see if she likes it, because I know she likes Bronze Goddess, which is another of those things that I can't wear. I'm taking a bunch of perfumes back from my sister to smell because she's after some affordable gems. And then what did I wear next? Let's go for, oh yeah, this one, once this kind of wore off enough for me to put something over the top of it, I put on Space Girl from Lush. Space Girl, they only give you notes, I think, of bergamot, grapefruit and almond, but this has a sort of citrusy, cakey smell to it, as far as I'm concerned. I think this one would be really popular if they made it as an actual perfume. I'd like it as a perfume. I know they did do this as a perfume in pen sprays for one of the is it kitchen boxes? Anyway, one of the subscription boxes, one of the Lush boxes once, because sometimes I see it pop up and I'm like, oh, I should buy the perfume version. I don't really need it though, because I've got this. But this was a limited edition, which is annoying because I do think this would be really popular. Yeah, it's just really nice. Like I said, it kind of smells like, it doesn't literally smell like a citrus cake because it still smells like Lush. It doesn't smell entirely gourmand, but it is that kind of feel. It's really, really pretty. I really think Space Girl's lovely. And then in the morning, one on the weekend it must have been, or maybe on Monday when I was working from home, I wore God Is a Woman from Ariana Grande. I've got the body spray because the perfume smells a little bit aroma chemically to me, a bit tarry, but I quite like this take on it. So God Is a Woman, essentially to me, this is ambrette, rose, and a lovely juicy pear note. And I really like the pear in here. So it's pear, musk mallow in the top, that's ambrette. Middle notes, Turkish rose and orris. Base notes, Madagascar, vanilla and sandalwood. But like I said, a slight soft, fluffy muskiness, a lovely light rose, and a juicy pear. I don't really get loads of vanilla here. It's got more of a kind of fruity sweetness here. Oh, my voice just went a bit funny. I'm going to have to go on at a real march here now. So next up, I've worn 3 pairs this week. No shame. God, I just love this one. So, again, I talk about it quite a lot. Valentino, Donna, Acqua. Put that on angle so you can see the gold. It's just one of my favourite pear perfumes. It's pear and almond, essentially. Like, just love it. They need to bring it back. It's ridiculous they got rid of it. But anyway, top notes, almond and pear. Mid notes, frangipani and jasmine. Base notes, sandalwood and hawthorn. It's got like a roasted tonka bean. I think it says something like green almond and crystallized pear or something. They make it sound very like delicious in the carded sample that I had. It's just sweet, decadent, yummy, fruity lushness. It's not really vanillic in the dry down. Again, it's got this kind of syrupy sweetness that I love. Absolutely delicious. And then, I mean, let's go from one delicious almond and pear perfume to another delicious almond and pear perfume. Heaven, absolute heaven. A different vibe though, because this has a woody feel, like a more obvious woody feel. It's got a kind of slightly almost antiseptic-y kind of essential oily feel because it's got lemongrass, but it has a very bright lime, so it's a different feel. But this is the EDT, Burberry Brit EDT. I was kind of saying goodbye to this one because it was almost, to be honest, a little bit too cool for the EDT, but at the same time, it was not quite cool enough for the EDP. So I hedged my bets. I went for the lighter one so I didn't make myself feel a little bit sick or overwhelmed. But in this cooler weather, this was very, very, very sugary, very much more sugary than it is in hotter weather, where you get like a hint of something vanillic, but you do get a really sugary feel. Yeah, obviously in cold weather, for some reason, the sugar was just like really intense. And I was like, oh, okay, this is definitely almost time for me to move into the EDP because that is like creamier and more vanillic. But they're both beautiful. I mean, you can tell how much I love this perfume because I have properly dented it. She's a glorious, glorious perfume. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like if you love one, you should get the other and then try them in different seasons because I think that it allows you to wear them all year, you know, by having both. That's terrible advice, isn't it? I'm like, they smell really similar, just get both. But they are different enough, I think, and I think they perform differently. So I think it's really, if you love it, I think it's worth trying both and wearing the EDT in spring, summer and the EDP in autumn, winter. That's my humble opinion. So top notes, green almond, lime, pear and lemongrass. Middle notes, almond, sugar and peony. Base notes, vanilla, amber and mahogany. And it is glorious. You know I love it. I've been wearing it loads. I've talked about it loads. So yesterday when I was really feeling it, I was really starting to feel rough as I wanted something kind of comforting and I wanted something that I feel cozy in, but I did not want like vanilla. I didn't want too sweet, but I wanted a bit of sweetness. And I was sniffing some perfumes from my the cube that I think of as my signature scents, you know, things that I just find easy wears. And holy hell, do I love this perfume. This was so fantastic. I know some people don't love it. I absolutely love it. This is Mediterranean from Elizabeth Arden. Just, I mean, look at the dent in this 100ml bottle that I've managed to put in here. Like, I'm not halfway through yet, but I'm not far off. So it's just so beautiful. And the plum in this, when I was wearing this in kind of cooler weather, it was harkening back to the plum that I get in Poison and Wild Cobra, that kind of yummy, juicy, sweet plum, just so good. But in here, you've got these delicious powdery purple florals. Oh my God, the wisteria, it's just so beautiful. So top notes of plum, Sicilian mandarin and peach. Middle notes of wisteria, magnolia and orchid. Base notes, musk, sandalwood and amber. And that wisteria just is, I guess it's like related to lilac in some way. I feel like wisteria and lilac have a similar kind of scent profile. And that's what I'm feeling like I'm getting. I feel like it smells like lilac. I just love it. I just love this perfume. It also, to me, definitely has a sea breeze note. It's not got like an actual seawater note like this one. It's not like strongly marine. It just has this kind of washing over you kind of salty breeze smell. Oh, I was so happy in it. I love this perfume. It's one of my top 10 for life. I mean, it's just such a beauty. Oh, I mean, look, these three true loves. True loves. Right, next up is one I hadn't worn for absolutely ages. And I was really just, again, I was sniffing them. This is while I was starting to get ill because I think I wore this on Friday. I'm doing this on Saturday when my tonsils are hideous. I wore this on Friday. I wore this on Thursday. This is Ceruti 1881. This gorgeous little babe, if you can kind of see it. Lovely kind of pale nudie pink colour, which matches perfectly what this smells like. It's so comforting and beautiful, this perfume. I think it's really lovely, but it does smell a little bit vintage, but vintage for the 90s, which I am now old enough to be horrified by the fact that the 90s are now vintage perfumes. You know what I mean? Like late 90s, early 2000s. I'm like, oh my God. Um, the sweet sound passage of time. So, Cerruti 1881. If you've been with me for a long time, you might remember that I did have a big 100 ml bottle, a tester bottle of this, which was just like this, like it didn't have a lid. And I made actually a little dent in that bottle, but I really like this lid. I really like the look of this. And also, this is a strong perfume. You absolutely do not need to use much of this to get it to last all day. It's a perfect office scent for that reason, because it's non-offensive, it's soft, it's cozy and comforting, and it lasts all day, like without too many sprays. And I don't think you'll overwhelm anyone around you unless you massively oversprayed this. Like, it's so feminine and pretty and classic, and it smells, it's got that classic combination of musk and sandalwood and a little bit of vanilla that you get in loads of the mid 90s to late 90s and then early 2000s perfumes. So it's exactly the same kind of musky bar soapy smell that I get with that particular sandalwood musk, a little bit of vanilla combination. I get it in this, I get it in 212 by Carolina Herrera, I get it in Cacharel's Noah, I get it in Lanvin's Oxygen. Oh, hang on, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Come on. Oh, pinch that nose. I'm nearly at the end, guys. I feel like I can do it. I can do it. Okay, let's try this. Let's try to do this. But yeah, this is like a floral bar soap though. This one feels like that. It feels very clean and comforting and cozy without smelling at all sharp. It's quite sweet, this one. I really notice the vanilla in the base of this. It's not a vanilla perfume, but I can smell that vanilla note. But for me, this is like a chamomile, a musky chamomile. The chamomile is the thing I get the most. And from the bottle, I really get chamomile and I love it. It's so good. So I just think it's such good value. It's crazy that you can get this for such a good price when it's such a good quality perfume. So top notes: mimosa, iris, rose, violet, freesia, lily of the valley, jasmine and bergamot. Deep breath. Chamomile, iris, narcissus, galbanum, geranium, coriander, jasmine, Brazilian rosewood, orange blossom and tuberose in the mid. And then the base notes: musk, sandalwood, cedar, vanilla and amber. So I definitely get some of that Brazilian rosewood as well. Like, I recognize that from Dune, from Christian Dior. That has a beautiful, soft, kind of powdery, smooth rosewood, and this has the same feel. I think the iris, the mimosa are making this really nice and powdery. I do feel like there's a little bit of a greenness from that galbanum, but the chamomile is the thing that I really get here. And I just think it's so gorgeous. So I highly recommend 1881. I'd actually really like to get a little sample of the most recent one that they did, but because there's rose and some kind of like, I don't know if it's Akigala wood or oud or what, but there's some kind of very strong wood in that has stopped me blind buying it, because I tend not to like rose oudy kind of smells. But anyway, the last thing to mention is, on the day when I wore a lovely summer, this actually lasts me throughout most of the day, but I was like, okay, in the evening, this was much calmer. And then I just put this one on for the evening. So my little baby Skin Musk. This is a perfume that I wear all the time. If you're new here, this is like basically my favorite scent of all times. You do have to be a bit careful though, because Skin Musk oil specifically, if you use this when it's quite hot weather, the vanilla can become a bit overpowering. It only tells you there's musk and florals in here and sandalwood, but there's definitely vanilla, and the vanilla can get quite strong. So, I mean, I tend not to wear this in like really warm weather, but when it's cool, it smells like the most beautiful, soapy, clean, delicious skin. Oh, it's just fabulous. So, I mean, you can see like, can you even see? I'm trying to find an area where you can see. I've only got a little bit left in this bottle, but that's because I decant this into a rollerball. So when the rollerball next to my bed is empty, this bottle will be then finished. Okay, Skin Musk can go there. Right, I raced through this. I managed to do it in 20 minutes. And I'll tell you what, the other video is considerably longer than that because I went off on many tangents. Fingers crossed that this has worked. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry I'm so crunchy and I maybe sound a bit grumpy. But yeah, I don't like being ill and nobody does, but I'm really not good at it. So let me know if you've got any of these. Let me know what your favorites are. I know a lot of people have told me that In Flames is their favorite Rive, and I'm not saying it's not good. I think it's lovely. I just can't wear these kind of perfumes despite how many times I keep trying because I do like how they smell. But yeah, this is just a I mean, these four absolute top 10 for lifers. Although these two I always have to toss up between because otherwise I've got too many perfumes in my top 10. It ends up being a top 20 every time. All right, thank you guys. Wish me luck with this disgusting cold or whatever it is I've got. And let's hope I don't have to take antibiotics. So I'll see you soon. Come back on Wednesday because I've got a fun video. Instead of doing Halloween this time, I did bonfire night. So make sure you come back on Wednesday to see what my bonfire night picks are. Thanks so much, guys. Sorry, this video looks really wonky now I'm looking at it. But anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye.